In this video, we're going to be talking about how to report a bad Reddit mod. So if you've been following along on my Twitter, I made a post about 4 or 5 days ago calling out, nobody in particular, just the state of moderation on Reddit, especially in the not safe for work subreddits. There's people that if you start poking around the subreddit list, you'll notice exist across a large swath of subreddits. They're entrenched there, they've been there forever, and they constantly get away with breaking code of conduct, right? And nobody fights back, nobody pushes back because people are afraid to speak up because they might get banned from more subreddits. And that's how Reddit works. Reddit's unique in that way, in which there are just normal people who somehow stumbled into being a moderator and then have this insane amount of power to impact somebody's livelihood and mental health with bad moderation practices. So in this video, I really want to give you guys some tools so that you can stop being defenseless when it comes to Reddit. And the first tool we're going to show you is a form that Reddit provides for you to report a moderator for bad code of conduct. So let's go over to here. To make it easy for you, if you just go to Austin, Linktree Austin Films, I do have a new little section here for Reddit oversight. I've got two things. We got this report a mod, which will take you right to the form. And we also have a safe subreddits. We'll talk about this at the end. But basically, I'm going to be putting together a list, and I've already started, of subreddits that are safe to post in. And if you know of a subreddit that is safe to post in, that you like, where it has good moderators, message me on Twitter, DM me. I'll add it to that list, and we'll connect with those mods. And then we'll get, we'll start to funnel the community to some of these more safer places, right? So let's get right into it, though. So click the report a mod. It's going to take you to this submit a request form. The first thing you want to do is hit this drop-down list. You're going to want to find report a moderator code of conduct violation. Click that. Next, put your email address in here. Select a rule. We want to go down to number 5, moderate with integrity. There's no integrity in what the make sure you're only using this form to report an actual violation. If somebody hasn't gotten back to you in time, or if somebody did ban you for not following a rule, those are valid cases. But if somebody is just blatantly abusing their power on Reddit, which is the case currently in this little piss mittens fiasco, he is not moderating with integrity. He needs to be removed. Unfortunately, and this is another thing that happens on Reddit, he has alt accounts. We're going to remove him, but he's safeguarded himself. He's for sure got multiple alt accounts. And so removing him isn't going to really stop the problem. But if the community continues to actively report moderators who are not moderating with integrity, and we can cause enough commotion, I'm sure we can start to slowly get people removed from these subreddits and hopefully cause a little bit of, or impact Reddit and shape a safer space. But anyway, 5, moderate with integrity. Here, your Reddit username, put in whatever your Reddit username is. I'm going to go through and fill this out later. I'll put my email and my Reddit username. What subreddit is involved? Now, in our case, for example, we'll look here, looking at Mission Ice Cream, it's a lot of subreddits, right? And so I don't really know exactly the best one to put here. I don't know if you can put multiple subreddits or whatnot. So maybe just put, it says only the name, no R. Maybe put a few, maybe just put one. I think maybe just put one to start. What is the username of the mod being reported? In this case, we know who the mod is. We've looked through all the subreddits that we've all been banned on, and the only person who's in all of them is Piss Mittens. And I love saying that name, is so ridiculous. And we've also done some deeper research and found that this is actually a common thing. I'll bring up an article that somebody linked me to yesterday that's 4 years old that shows he's been getting away with this for 4 years. So anyway, you're going to want to put the name of the mod in there. Additional Reddit links to where this activity has happened. I think this, I'm not exactly sure, because everything he's doing is behind the scenes. He's not doing anything that's publicly visible, so I'm not exactly sure if you can put any additional Reddit links here. I would leave this, you could say something like that, everything, just say he's been banned me, maybe just leave this empty, it's optional. Subject of inquiry, to be honest, this is some weird phrasing. I don't know exactly what this means, but maybe this is just like a headline. And you say something like, in our case, moderator is abusing his power and banning me across subreddits that I have broken no rules in our case, because of association with creators he doesn't like, right? And then in here, the details of your inquiry. Write it out. Explain what's happening. I don't really know exactly what to tell you to say here. This is something we're just write some sort of paragraph. Something I did recently is I created a Google Doc that has, Reddit Mod Mafia notes. And I've just been like copying and pasting things. So, I would say maybe make a document because you might need to do this a couple of times. I'll probably use this thing that I wrote, but for you, just clearly state your case. And now for attachments, what I would put in here is something like this. Take a screenshot of all the subs you've been banned from, and I would put those in. I'd put those into to this down here. Just take screenshots and make sure to make, I think you want to, in our case with Piss Mittens, make it clearly known that this person is banning you from subreddits that you don't have any active involvement in. There was no violation of any rule, and that he has also banned multiple friends. And if we all put in this, we all report Piss Mittens, I'd be very surprised if Reddit didn't do something. And if Reddit doesn't do something, then that's a clear indicator that Reddit does not care about its adult creator community, and that maybe we should stop investing our energy in helping, develop their platform. And to be honest with you, Reddit years ago, I used to run advertisements on Reddit, and Reddit, this is back in like 20, maybe 21, they stopped letting you run ads on adult communities. This was in preparation for their acquisition and IPO. And they really started to additionally marginalize their adult community. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Reddit did nothing, because adult creators don't make Reddit any money. They don't nobody really advertises there. And so this might be a worthless or a moot point trying to do this, but at least it's something that we can try. And I really would hope that you guys who are being impacted by this is an anonymous form, can take some time and just put in this report, because if it can impact and it can make Reddit a safer space for smaller creators and new creators, that would be amazing. I personally got started on Reddit with Naked Bakers back in 2017, and if it wasn't for Reddit, I wouldn't be here. I actually owe everything to a certain degree to Reddit and what it provided us. And I've been dealing with this type of issue since 2017. That's one of the reasons I became a moderator, because I just saw how abusive moderators were, even towards me. I got banned from a few subreddits, and I was like, okay, I see what I need to do. I need to become a mod to protect myself. And I've always just been a protector kind of individual, and so I've also protected my friends and any other creator who was trying to use the subs that I was a moderator on. And so for me, when I see people abusing their power as a mod, it just boils my blood, because this industry is still so fragile, it's so new, it's so beautiful, and has so much potential, but people like this can hurt people so much that it turns them off and they quit, and that they're gone from it, right? And we've probably lost some great creators who would exist but don't anymore, because somebody on Reddit with a bone to pick and a chip on their shoulder banned that person for no good reason. And so this is just the start. I'm going to continue to be involved in this. This has been something that's bothered me for years, and now just recently I finally feel like it needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed, and this needs to be a fix, because Reddit is it's a massive place on the internet to exist, and to not be able to exist there because the moderation there from just normal individuals who aren't really appointed by Reddit, they just happen to be there first, because those people have the power to do this. Now all of a sudden we can't post there because we're not part of their little inner circle, right? It's terrible. So yeah, this is a form that you can use. Please take a second to go fill it out. I don't know if you should, if you're watching this and you're a fan and you weren't involved, I don't know necessarily if you should fill this out. What I would do instead is just, if you see a tweet or something, tag at Reddit_support, and just try to get attention so that they become aware of this. So yeah, this form, it's there. You can find it here on Linktree Austin Films. Go click it, and then I'll click into this. It's just getting started, but what I'm going to continue to do is build out this with a list of subreddits where we have found it to be safe to post on. As these subreddits show that if they pop up and they aren't safe, we'll move it to the banned, and that's just stay away. But when it comes to Reddit, I would say focus on the subreddits. If you want to, focus on the subreddits you're going to find on this list. Naked Bakers is the top moderator of casual nudity, which means there's nobody above us who can remove us or change the rules. And so we ensure that that place is ran fairly with integrity. And so if you like casual nudity and it's something you want to create, go post it there. A lot of our community that is there. I think I think casual nude fans are some of the best fans on the internet. And it's, for me at least, it's one of the most enjoyable types of content to make. So yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to hit me in the DMs. If you have horror stories, I've put a pause on collecting those because I just had too many people reaching out to me with horror stories. We're gonna pop back to this. Yeah, I just had way too many people reaching out, and I'm like, okay, let me pump the brakes. But I do want to make some larger like expose piece on this because it's really interesting. Reddit is unique in that it is the only major platform that has arbitrarily appointed moderators who control a person's ability to post on that platform, right? If you get banned on Instagram, well, the algorithm picked it up and you probably did something wrong. You deserve it. Start a new account. Same thing with everywhere else. There isn't really a bone to pick. But on Reddit, what happens is these mods, they get entrenched there. They find a way to benefit financially, or what they do is oftentimes, I've seen this happen. This happens all the time. A moderator sort of works for a bigger creator, and that bigger creator shields themselves from exposure by letting that mod do the dirty work. And that mod is just a bulldog whose job it is to protect that subreddit so that creator can grow. You see this a lot on things like Real Girls and some other ones. I'll do a deeper dive to expose what it looks like so you guys can see what I'm talking about with how just incestuous the modding is on Reddit. But for now, I really just wanted to provide you guys with just some sort of simple line of defense to where if you feel like you have been unfairly treated by a moderator, report it. Right? Just report it. And if we all continue to just do a little bit of reporting, maybe it'll have an impact. So yeah, hope that helps. Like I said, any questions, anything, if you have any problems with Reddit, not that I can solve it, obviously. Reddit seems to not be so far interested in responding back to any of my multiple lines of communication, but still sometimes it's good to vent, and also it inspires me to figure out a way to build a better way for us to interface with Reddit. If anything, it just gives us more safe subs to post in. So yeah, peace.